Hello guys, when you see I'm back, I'll be doing a few offline videos to stop, this drama stuff. I'm going to tell you story number 2, and this is regarding Hall Place in Mitcham. Like I told you, the first story was when I was in my old property in Collier's Wood, London. It was not long ago after my dad passed away. I was eventually evicted from there because, the rent wasn't being paid in full, and the landlord wanted us out so he could renovate it and refurnish it and rent it out again to students and stuff. So I was actually transferred to Croydon Court Hotel in Croydon. Not a lot actually happened there. I did get permission to do some video recording in the main lobby. Just got a few orb activity. I was going around doing cemetery work around that area. And I ended up going to one big cemetery over near Thornton Heath. And while in there, I actually got my foot trapped in a ditch or hole or something. And I thought I'd twisted it, but, I hadn't. Because over the months I was getting a lot of pain, hobbling along. And, I had 2 x-rays at the hospital. And it was only until the second x-ray they realised I'd broken a leg. Now, where I was living in Croydon Court Hotel, I was on the second floor, and I couldn't keep going up and down the stairs with a broken leg. So I got transferred from there to Hall Place. Now, while I was there, I was in cast and stuff like that. And I think I was there about 8 months, something like that. My leg started getting better. I was supposed to get the cast taken off professionally, but I've done it myself, which I shouldn't have done. But after that, I actually decided to do some voluntary work. So I signed up to the, I think it was a cancer research one in Mitcham. And that first day was the last day I worked there. Because, the first few hours went past okay. I cleaned the window, which the manager was very happy with. So it had that kind of old Christmassy kind of stain stuff still on there, that spray glue stuff. So I cleaned the windows and got that all sorted out. And then I started doing the DVDs, sorted out the DVD section. Then she asked me to do the books. Well, as I was going through the books, I found one which was a encyclopedia on ghosts and spirits. I do have the book still, but I don't know where I put it. And I have done a video on this a couple of times. What this book was about, it was about ghosts and spirits. But what happened was really weird. I picked the book up, and all of a sudden I just started feeling really sick, really ill. I was getting dizzy, I was vomiting, I was having diarrhea, all within 5 minutes of picking this book up. And before I picked this book up, I was perfectly fine, completely fine. I thought it just might have been, a sudden sickness or something, yeah. So, I spoke to the manager, and she goes, "Yeah, you don't look too good, you better go." So I left, but before leaving, I said, "Oh, I want to pay for this book." So I paid for the book and got back to my little apartment in Hall Place. It's like a bedsit kind of thing, yeah, where you're put in for temporary accommodation until the council finds somewhere to rehouse you. Now, that book I believe had some kind of like negative attachment to it, because I was sick, physically sick, for 2 days solid. My whole room went dark. Even when it was bright light, the whole room looked like darkness. Hearing weird noises, taps, knocks, bangs, when I was trying to sleep. Really weird. But on the 3rd day, I tried to build up as much energy I could. I grabbed a bottle of water, and just up the road, which is less than a 3-minute walk, I headed up to the church with this bottle of water. And it took me like 15 minutes to walk up there because I was so weak. I was like doing pigeon steps. And this is a true story, I swear on this, yeah. So I get to the church, and I had to wait until the service was over, and I asked if I could talk to the priest. The priest come up to me, and I said to the priest, vicar, whatever you want to call him, if there's any way he could bless me, so I feel like I have some kind of negative attachment to me. And he said, yeah, of course I can, my son. And he started performing his blessing on me, yeah. And as he was doing it, my strength started coming back. I started feeling kind of a little bit better. And after he blessed me, I asked him to bless the water. And, I said, just kind of protection, because I told him, I'm into the paranormal. I do communicate with spirits and, the dead and whatnot. It's kind of interesting, but he said, you've got to be careful because you don't know what you're going to attract when you communicate with them. I said, well, since I've been there, I've not really done much. I believe it's something that may be attached to something which I brought into my home. I said, would this blessed water help me? He goes, well, yeah, all you got to do is sprinkle water everywhere and say the Lord's Prayer, and that should hopefully work. If not, then, you might need a house blessing. So I thanked him, stuck a donation in the old pot, and I left. As I say, it takes about 3 minutes to walk from the location to the church, yeah. It took me about 15 minutes to walk there. But as I was leaving, I was feeling a lot stronger, feeling a lot better. Wasn't feeling sick, wasn't feeling dizzy. And it took me 5 minutes to walk back. And I got in. And, you can see that the flat was really dark still. I'd been blessed by the priest, the vicar. So I got the Lord's Prayer out, and I started throwing water everywhere. And I must have said the Lord's Prayer about a dozen times. And every time I'd said it, the room started looking a bit lighter and lighter and lighter. And then I went up to the book, and I kind of threw water on the book and actually made the sign of the cross on the book as well. And I said the Lord's Prayer on that twice, I think it was. And not so much the room felt light, it felt more peaceful as well. And I do believe that book had some kind of spiritual energy attached to it, yeah. So, by doing the Lord's Prayer and, practically doing my own blessing on the book, I may have got rid of whatever was there, because I never had problem with that book or anything to do with that book. Never again, I started reading the book, but I never got to finish it. And that wasn't the only thing that happened in Hall Place. There was a time when I'd been, messing around with a Ouija board, not a physical one, the tablet software. I did try to do my own Ouija board on cardboard using, pen, felt tip. I was using the glass and it didn't seem to be doing nothing, So I was more using a tablet than anything else. Now, what have I done? I must have opened a portal, because one particular night, I woke up. And the reason why I woke up because my bed started shaking. You know, it was shaking so hard. And when I woke up, I thought it was a dream. And this was a brand new bed that the housing association had put in for me a week prior. Because the other one that was using was like broken up. So they had to replace it. So that night, that bed started shaking. And I wondered what the hell it was. It woke me up. I thought, it must have been a dream. So I fell asleep. And it must have been about half an hour later because I kept looking at the clock. And it happened again. Really shaking in the bed, really violently. And I actually woke up and I could feel it. I went, stop! It suddenly stopped. I thought, what the hell's going on here? It felt like an earthquake, And I'm sitting, I'm laying there thinking, what the fuck's going on here? I'm knocking around the room, thinking, no, I must be imagining it or something, So I laid there and I started falling asleep again. And again, half an hour later, it happened again 3 times. And every time it seemed like it's getting more violent and violent and violent, So I said, look, whoever this is, you need to stop this. If your spirit trying to communicate with me or something, you need to stop. Because you're scaring the shit out of me. And if you don't want me to start, doing prayers and trying to move you on and kick you out of it, I'd do it. So you need to stop. And this is true, this is the true story I'm telling you. You either believe me or you don't. So, that's my phone bleeding, by the way. So I thought, well, what I'm going to do is just like lay there for a while and try not to go to sleep. And I laid there until like morning, daylight started appearing. And I fell back to sleep again. And nothing else happened. The rest of the day seemed perfectly okay. I was watching TV, I was on the internet doing stuff like that. Then later in the night, I decided to grab the old tablet and do a Ouija board session on there. And I asked who it was, what was going on. Now, if I tell you what the reply was on the Ouija board, many, many years ago, I had a friend called David. And he used to come round, and if I was asleep, he used to like put his hands on my chest and really shake me hard to wake me up. He wouldn't go, "Wait, Steve," just tap me and or tap my feet. He used to come around and really shake the hell out of me. The guy's dead now. He died in his sleep about 20 years ago. Keep in touch with his son on Facebook sometimes. Well, anyway, and I will tell you another story about David, which I believe may be true. Another time. So I'm going to be doing like videos about stories, about the paranormal stuff that's happened in my 7 years of doing paranormal investigating. So I grabbed the Ouija board and I said, what the hell was going on last night? I need to know. Was it me dreaming? Was we having some kind of an earthquake or what? And what I got reply was, it was David. What do you mean it was David? David's here. I'm thinking, well, the only David I know was my mate David. So I thought, are you here, David? And I got a reply, yes. I said, was that you shaking my bed last night? Yes. And it spelled out, trying communicate. I went, well, you fucker, you scared the shit out of me. I said, you could have tried to communicate me this way. You scared the fuck out of me, man. And he spelled out, sorry. Then he went, didn't mean to scare you. I thought, well, you fucking did. And I'll tell you one thing, If you was fucking like scared me so much and I fucking dropped down dead and I found out it was you, I'd have hunted the fucking spirit world and I would have kicked your ass. And he spelled out, laugh out loud, LOL, sorry. Goes, won't do again. Well, you fucking won't do, because I will fucking kick your ass. And that was it, really. I kind of like closed the Ouija board down. I said, well, thank you for coming through. You know, nice to know that, you know, you still want to keep in touch with me. And I closed it down. And I sat there and I thought about, you know, the good times we had and some of the bad ones. Because, like, you know, being friends, we did break up a few times. We had, like, some misunderstandings and we had little fights, but we always got back together. And David was a great guy, you know. He always liked to go out, you know, go down the motorway cafe and have a cup of tea and a sandwich or fry up or something. And he always took me or someone else down there with him. Hell, even when we was kids, we used to like build little camps up in the old forest in the woods, have little fights, you know, just generally like do what kids used to do. You know, we had our little gang. He bought gat guns for everyone. You know, I had my one, he had his one. A couple of others had other ones. Just go around shooting people up the arse with them, little pellet guns. We had not, you know, he bought us some knives and he gave me a knife and we started mucking around with it. And he caught me around the back of the neck and I've got a scar there where he actually cut my neck. He didn't mean it because it was just fucking around, being kids, you know. But yeah, that shaking on the bed, I know was David, my mate David. That's the only explanation I could think about, you know, because like, no, no way could have had an earthquake, and no way could I be dreaming or thinking I was dreaming, not I was being woken up by some kind of weird shaking effect, you know. I could, you know, it didn't seem like a nightmare. Sometimes you can remember your nightmares, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't a nightmare. And they'll say, like, you know, when I spoke on the Ouija board, it said it was David. So, you know, if anyone ever gets that kind of weird feeling, you know, it is scary. I mean, it did scare the hell out of me. But sometimes, you know, if you sit back and think, you know, on your past, you know, it kind of like adds up. You know, well, you know, why was my bed shaking that violently for? And then something like, you know, it just clicked to me, you know. Well, the only time my bed's ever shaken that bad is when David's been around and he shook my bed. So it kind of like gave me that answer, I suppose. So, yeah, it was that book that gave me that illness, and I believe I believed I actually removed whatever spirit was attached to it. Because my apartment was really dark for 2 days and 2 nights. And on the third day, when I came back from the church and done the prayers and thrown blessed water everywhere, you know, that flat suddenly went bright white. Oh, like the sun was shining through it. It was kind of weird because even when it was dark, you know, it was a sunny day, and you know, you could see like the light trying to get through the window, but it seemed like something was covering the windows. So, you know, I had a few other weird things happen there, like, you know, I was talking on a Ouija board and I saw like a light normally go past me, and I had my camcorder recording it. And I believe I was talking to like David and my dad. And I said, who was that? Who went past? And he went, David. I went, all right, David. Then like another anomaly went past. And I went, who's that? And he went, Dad. And this one was a bigger, kind of like a wavy, kind of shivery kind of anomaly. No, it's like about very tall, you know, like it looked like a partial apparition, I suppose. You know, if you look at a curtain and it's all kind of like folded up, you know, it's creased, and it looked something like that. And it came out of the bathroom, went past the kitchen sink, and it disappeared. I went, "Who's that?" He went, "Dad." I went, "Well," I said, "Can you do that again, but come from that way, go back into the bathroom?" And I actually saw like another light anomaly go back from the kitchen sink into the bathroom. But it wasn't as tall and bright like it was at first, you know. So what he must have done, he must have come out the bathroom, went past the kitchen. When I asked him to do it again, it came back. But possibly because it takes so much energy, you know, his energy form was like kind of like getting weak. But he was able to do it. So whole place, you know, was kind of like crazy for me, you know, myself. But whole place has been known to be haunted anyway. It's been converted 3 times. One was, I think, a hospital for when the soldiers came home. They treated the wounded. Then later, years later, it became like an old people's home or something. And I'm not sure it's true, but someone said that actually got burnt down. Not completely, but you know, it caught on fire, and several elderly people died in here. And then they like rebuilt it, and then they made it into like a homeless kind of building, you know, for homeless people or people who was like being transferred around through the council. So like, you know, they stay there until they've actually got an actual place given to the council. But it's like a temporary home. So there's a lot of things that was going on. So yeah, it's kind of crazy actually. Sorry about the phone. Keeps just going off. But that's just like some of the stories that happen in Hall Place. There's a couple more that I'll probably do another time. But I've got to get off here and do some other things anyway. No, there is another story about my mate David, which I'll be telling some other time as well if I remember about it. So I hope you enjoyed the little story, and I'll catch you on the next one. When that will be, I don't know, but there will be another one sometime. Okay, cheers for watching.